I'm clicking go live.
I'm just trying to make sure it's on the sides.
I'm just gonna show it at the end anyways. I don't really care. Yo, what's going on, guys? Just give everyone a couple minutes to get in here. I'm gonna start it up. And what's up, Tanuj? I see you in here every day. You're gonna be a great trader, brother.
Discord up.
What's up, guys? How you doing, Turkey? How you doing, Ginger? What's up, Raji? How you doing, brother? Hell of a week.
Let's go!
Let's do it. All right, everyone that missed out, whatever, don't really care. Let's do it. So what we were saying all week, all the admins kept telling you the same thing: SPY 420, SPY 420. We must hold 420. We ended up holding SPY 420 today, and not only did we just hold it, we ripped today. Look at this SPY from open. You had the pre-market low, pre-market high. Right off the open, we ripped the pre-market high, which is a very, very bullish sign. And you see all this air right here? All underneath is a bunch of volume. So what we're doing here is, that means this is why we're saying 420. Under 420, there's a bunch of sell orders, buy orders. There's a bunch of volume here. So what we wanted to do is we want to stay above 420. That leads us to thin air up here. That's why it was so easy for SPY to keep ripping today, because there's not that much volume up here. So what we're watching today, you see right here, the big bar of volume was at 422.44. And where did we close today? 422.45. Look at that. So make sure you're keeping an eye on SPY here. Looks really good, looks really bullish. It looks like we just consolidated. If you go back in time, look at this. Look at this dip. Little rip halfway up and then dip again. Same thing here. Dip, rip, and halfway up again. Same thing. Dip and rip. So everything looks fine. Ever since last March, SPY's been doing the same pattern. So everything's bullish. Next week, let's see if we can get to all-time highs. 422.82 is all-time highs on SPY, and today we hit 422.91, but we did close underneath that, which is 422.59 where we closed today. We want to get through that 422.82 next week. It's very important, or else we could dip again. Anything's possible. Today, tech led the way. As Ricky told you this morning, we had that jobs number come out. The bad jobs number was good for tech. Why was it good? Because it forces the Fed to stay dovish. They cannot raise rates when the jobs number is bad. Once the economy starts getting back to normal levels, that's when they can raise rates. That's when we have to be a little bit afraid in the market. But for now, everything's bullish, everything's good. Seen XLF with a huge dump this morning. That's what held SPY back a little bit. That's why QQQ is leading today, because tech was stronger than everything and XLF was weaker than everything. But you see this pivot right here at 12 p.m. We hit the bottom, the low of the day. We were oversold at 11:55, 12 p.m. And then ever since then, financials just ripped all the way to the end of the day. End of the day, we had that big dump off sell volume, but that's not a big deal. Look how much we ripped today. All in all, if you look at the beginning of the day, we're barely up on financials. And that's what I've been telling you. I expect the indexes to go sideways, and I expect individual stocks to move up. You guys all know that too. Everyone had a great week at My Stock Life, I hope. If you didn't, don't worry about it. There's always next week. We'll get it next week. Don't worry. We got Shopify still in this channel. Look how clean this channel is between 1021 and 1300. We need to make a break either way, or else we could stay in this equilibrium for a long time. Let's see if Google announces some more news with Shopify, and then that will take us through 1300. But until then, we're just chopping around. Oh, just closed Alibaba. Oops. We got this snow right here. Snow, I told you the big level is 244. There's as soon as we get through this 244, there's a bunch of thin air up here. I think the stock will run after that. So just be patient, wait for it. This week's calls went to zero. It was all profits from last week's call, so it doesn't really matter. We got SE. I told you this morning, watch SE. When the dollar falls, SE rips, absolutely rips. And you see yesterday we closed on SE, C Limited at 249. Today the high was 260. If you took 260 calls off the open, you would have made a 10 bagger on SE just today. We got Apple, obviously. Apple, we crushed this trade. We called it out. I called it out because You see the double resistance. This is called, double support. This is called inflection point. So basically, if Apple dropped through the 200-day here, we would have gotten screwed. So we waited till Apple held the 200-day, and today it ripped. And we're watching these calls next week for the conference. I fully expect Apple to be at around 130, 135 next week, depending on the conference. So Apple, we're good. PDD, obviously, you see right here, these 2 days, it was up 12%. Yesterday and today it was down 5%. So overall, we're still up 7% on the week on PDD. We're still right around this trend line. I want to see it break this trend line and hold. Let's see if we get some positive Chinese news over the weekend. ZM was just a big green candle today. No, nothing to say there. You got BBIG, huge breakout. I don't know if anyone did better than me on it. I got 433%, but I seen a couple of guys in here that were holding longer than me. He only sold a third of his position. Good luck to you. I hope it gaps and goes next week. We closed above the trend line, so everything looks really good here. You got SQ. We got that big Bitcoin news, and then it dumped the rest of the day. Not really too impressed with that. But we'll see if we can get through that 219 level next week on SQ. If we get through that 219, it should be smooth sailing ahead from there. And then we got, let's go into Rocket, obviously trash today, just consolidating after a big 3 days. Neo broke out of a huge weekly wedge. This one has more upside in it. Like, look at this chart weekly. Falling wedges are my favorite pattern, guys. They're my favorite pattern. And we got this, this is whatever, I was just looking at it. We got VIAC called out by T. Chart looked much better at close. I wish we closed above 41.81. Why do I say 41.81? Is because the daily chart, you got the 50-day moving average at 41.82 now. But it's not a chart play. He sees something else. I trust in T. You guys should trust in him too. You've seen his results. We got SQ, I already went over. RBLX. We'll go over some member requests real quick because I haven't done a charting session this week. RBLX is just straight up in a line. If you're in it, congratulations. If you're not in it, I would never chase up here. What else we got? We got Lessel. We got Lulu. I don't know what Lessel is, so I'm not going to do it. Lululemon right here. We got the reopening. Girls want their yoga pants. Everything looks good here. Looks like a solid chart. I mean, we're way off all-time highs on here. I think this will look better on a weekly chart. Yeah, so doesn't look that good. It looks like on the weekly we got the all-time high here. Then we just bear flagged from there. Drop down. Now we're bear flagging again. So I expect more downside on Lulu unless it holds 311.04. I expect more downside on Lululemon, even though I love that company. Disca looks a little bit like VIAC, but VIAC had more consolidation. I believe that's probably why T jumped in that one. And VIAC closed right next to its 50-day. Disca is way underneath the 50-day, so I'm not really interested in that one at all. J Daddy made 700%. This guy takes my calls and he just takes them more degenerate ways.
Let's go, baby.
So this guy's always gonna get more percentage than me. And I think that's all the chart requests. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. We'll see you guys Monday, and hopefully the market stays up and keeps going like this, because this week's been a lot of fun, guys. I'll see you guys. Have a good weekend. Thank you for tuning in.